there's a big problem going on in my life. Hence, I'm taking this holiday. So my research, my report is based on this man and his married life. And he asked me, could I help him a little bit? Could I give him some hints about it? Because he said, my relatives are telling me, go to the lawyer. Her relatives are saying, go to the lawyer. We're in a position where we're going to be divorcing very soon. He said to me, what do you think I should do? I said, I don't know you. I've never met you before. I saw you in the bar. You seemed like a nice guy and everything. I don't know anything about you. Why don't we meet for lunch tomorrow? And I knew this guy wouldn't make any sense if I spoke to him. Not for breakfast, it'll be because he'll be hungover at that time. So, and then at lunchtime, I met him and we spoke for 1 hour. I wanted to find out really what the cause of the problem was. The thing is, they just didn't get along. They just were banging to each other. So I recommended to him that he should look at 2 different options. Not only going to the lawyer is going to cost a lot of money from both sides, and one will try to fight from each other, and you're going to be taking all your lives to pay for all the things that you have to do. Why don't you look at an alternative? He said, alternative? Is there one? I said, yes, there is. Why don't you go to a homeopath? He said, homeopath? I said, yes, homeopath. This guy's got a PhD and psychiatry as well, the whole works. Go to him as well. So he thought about it and he said, you know, you really make sense. Why don't I go to this guy? So he did, and he went, and that is based on my report. The first step that the doctor saw him, he says, your blood pressure should be 120/80. It's around 170. You're about to die. So I better give you something to. So he gave him something not only for the blood pressure, nothing like that, but he gave him something before giving him something. He said, I got a 3-word mantra for you. 3-word. It's called yes, no, and okay to your wife. That is all you say, nothing more than that. Yes, no, okay, that is all. The other thing is, I'm going to give you this magic bottle. And when you are in a kitchen with her, and he says, by the way, how often do you fight? He said, well, let me tell you about breakfast time. Before breakfast, we fight. During breakfast, we fight. And after breakfast, we fight all the time. I said, take this, he says. And when you're in the kitchen, just drink a little bit of squash and shut your mouth. Don't say a word. And so that was the first step, the mantra and that. He went home. He said, come back in a month. But 3 days later into the experience of just squashing and drinking, he said, Doc, I can't wait a month. I got to come and see you. Can I come and see you soon? He says, okay, come see me Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. So he went. He said, what is in this bottle? We're not having fights anymore. The doctor said, because you're keeping your mouth shut. You're drinking this water. And he said, what else in the bottle? He says, cinnamon powder. That is all, nothing more. That is for your lowering your blood pressure and also to reduce the 240 pounds that you have around your belly. It's going to be helpful. So then he went away, came back the second time. He said, the doctor said, all right, this time you have to walk a lot. Still do the step 1 I told you, walk a lot. You go to gyms and all those things you're supposed to do. And remember, when you're walking, try to time it in such a way that you don't have to speak to your wife at all. You avoid her altogether. So things were getting better each time that this was his buddy. This bottle he never left. He went to work and he loved this bottle because this was magic wand. So this bottle really helped him. And then he says, the doctor said, the diet. Remember the three things. I want you to stop the three things. There's three S's. Sugar, never take white sugar again, because it is like poison. How do they make it white? Because there are animal char bones in it, cancerous. Number two, salt. Try to take salt that are sea salt. And number three is soda. No more soda. He said, have you seen a very, very chubby, fat Oriental fella? No. What do? Do they drink cold water? No, they're drinking soup. They're drinking green tea. And you do the same thing. No McDonald's, none of that. The other thing I want you to do is to give your lady, without her knowing, give her flowers. The three colors of flowers are pink, yellow, and white. He is to leave that at the table, not say a word. And then at the very end of the 5th week, he said, bring her roses. Red roses, long stem roses, 1 dozen. And when that happened, 2 weeks later, the wife comes home and brings, they weren't talking, but the wife brings 2 tickets to Hawaii for them. So things were, in fact, working for them. That was a good conclusion. By speaking less, you gain more.